Hi, I'm Patrick Lyons, Library Director here at Pitt, and I'm going to show you how to access and navigate Pitt's databases. From your mypitt.edu page, click on Library on the upper right at the top to go to the library homepage. On the library homepage, down to the Databases drop-down menu. Click Select a database to open the drop-down menu, and click on the database you want to peruse. For example, here we'll select the Gale Psychology database. Next, click the Go button. You'll be prompted to log in with your Pitt username and password. Enter them and click Log In. Now you're in the database you selected. Each have slight differences, but all of them have more or less the same setup. There's a search bar at the top. You can enter your search terms in the search bar and use Boolean operators and or not to combine terms, but it's easier to simply use the Advanced Search feature, which is invariably located just beneath the search bar. Click Advanced Search and you'll be presented with a new page that has multiple fields for your search. The terms section are the specific keywords you want results for. As an example, let's search for depression and SSRIs. Capitalization is generally ignored in searches, as are most punctuation and symbols such as slashes. Note that if you select the suggested terms, it puts them in quotations. This is because search terms in quotes look for that exact same string of characters. You can change your search terms so that instead of being keywords, they are just mentioned anywhere within a document. This greatly broadens your search, as authors select keywords to describe what their article is predominantly about, whereas if something is discussed but not considered the subject, you would get more results by changing from a keyword to entire document. You could also specify that a search term is an author's last name, that it is the name of a specific organization or company, or that your search term is the type of publication you're looking for, such as a systematic review. The fields along the left-hand side have Boolean operators. Boolean operators specify the relationships between your search terms. In our example, we want to narrow or restrict our results to works that include both the search terms depression and SSRIs, so we use AND. If we wanted to broaden our results and include things like synonyms or more specific search terms such as dysthymia, we could use OR. If we keep getting results with a particular term that isn't what we're looking for, you can use NOT. For example, we do not want results for the search term MAOIs, so we change the Boolean operator to NOT and put MAOIs in the search term field. If you want to use additional search terms beyond the default 3, you can click Add a Row. There are also other useful special characters you could use. We already discussed quotation marks searching for exact character strings, but you may also want to use wildcards. Asterisks, question marks, and exclamation points are wildcards. Putting an asterisk within a search term allows you to search for various spellings, pluralities, etc. For example, psych asterisk would return results for both psychiatry and psychology. Question marks and exclamation points serve the same function, but allow you to specify that you are looking for variations of certain character limits. Adding 4 question marks in psych with a Y afterwards also returns results for both psychiatry and psychology. Exclamation points limit variations to 1 character. You can also limit your search results with limiters or filters. For example, if you only wanted results from peer-reviewed journals, you can toggle that on here. If you only want results where the full text of the article is available to you, you can select the full text limiter. Another useful limiter is the by publication date option. Generally in academic writing, you would want results from the last 5 years, especially in medicine where new knowledge is being discovered all the time and corrections are constantly being made. If you're looking for older information, for example historic treatments for depression, then you would either not use the by publication date limiter or search only for results published years ago. Other limiters include document type, i.e. article, abstract, book review, etc., publication title, i.e. articles from Psychology Today, and publication subject, which limits results to publications that have self-identified as providers of information on particular topics. Once you've selected all your search terms and limiters, click Search to display your results. Within the results page, you have the total number of return results at the top, or hits, sorted into categories of publication type. Clicking on one of those applies that limiter. For example, if you only wanted results from academic journals, you can click on it here to narrow your results to only that selection. You can also remove limiters you set or apply additional limiters that you did not initially include in your search by toggling them on over on the right-hand side of the search results page. They also show you what limiters you applied in your search at the top in blue boxes with white text. Clicking the X after those limiters will instantly remove them and display the results. You can also adjust how search results are displayed by clicking on the Sort By drop-down menu. By default, search results are listed in this database by relevance, but you could also order them by the most recently published or the ones published a long time ago. If you use the back button to return to the search terms page, you'll notice that your search terms are gone, but your limiters are still intact. You could just re-enter your search terms, but you could also go to your search history on the right in the bar up top to navigate to a page that lists every search you've done for this particular session. Clicking on any of them will display the search results again. You can also revise your search, removing search terms by leaving the fields blank, or adding or removing limiters. Gale Psychology Database gives you the option of saving or downloading articles. You can also send an article to an email address or click Cite to generate a citation. You can change the citation style in the toolbar on the top of the window that pops up, and then copy and paste your citation. Now, just to demonstrate how similar database search engines are, we'll navigate to PubMed. Just like with Gale Psychology Database, the main page features a search bar, and underneath it, a link that will take you to the advanced search page. Like with Gale Psychology Database, you can also change your search term from a keyword to something else, such as an author name. PubMed's advanced search starts out with a default of one search term row, but you can add other search terms by selecting the drop-downs on the right-hand side. They will prompt you to specify what Boolean operator you want to use for another search term, defaulting to the AND operator. PubMed also features a query box which displays your search terms as you add them, rather than adding new boxes. It updates your search terms in this field as a nested search string. Unlike Gale Psychology Database, your search history is underneath your search terms instead of being on another page, so if you click back, you can quickly perform past search again. Also, unlike Gale Psychology Database, limiters are only found on PubMed's search results page, along the left-hand side. To apply limiters, such as publication date ranges or full text-only results, simply select the limiter on the left-hand side, and your results will update. Like in Gale Psychology Database, you can reorder your search results. In PubMed, this is achieved by clicking the Display Options button on the upper right and making selections from the drop-down menus. For example, you could select Most Recent to order results by the most recently published. You can also specify how many results you want per page. The default is 10, but you can increase it if you don't like clicking on the Next Page button. Once you click on a particular result, PubMed will also provide you the option of generating a citation in various formats, which you can select via the drop-down menu in PubMed. You can also send results to an email address or save them. Unlike in Gale Psychology Database, where if the full text of an article is available, it is immediately displayed when you click on the search result entry, PubMed provides only the abstract and a link to other databases where the full text of the article is available. This is because PubMed is actually a federated search engine, not a database in and of itself, collating results from many other databases. PubMed also suggests other similar results from other sources, and lists publications that cited the one you are currently examining. So why should you use PITS databases? Because resources through these databases are peer-reviewed, meaning they have been assessed for accuracy, their authors have been vetted as legitimate and qualified, and to some extent there's been an investigation as to whether the resource has a bias, agenda, or is trying to sell something, rather than being an academic work meant to contribute to humanity's body of knowledge without ulterior motives. Still, every researcher should always evaluate resources via the CART method independently. Mistakes happen, and some works may still be published in peer-reviewed publications that are fraudulent or dishonest. It's just less likely in peer-reviewed sources. This is the end of the video tutorial for accessing and navigating PITS databases. Thanks for watching. If you need research help or have any questions, please email me or stop by the library and I'd be happy to assist you.